We're going to start in a simple cross-legged position. So go ahead and find your seat. If you'd rather start laying down, um, go ahead, knees bent, feet on the floor, or even child's pose. Just get to a place where you are at ease. And then I'm going to begin with a reading today from the Soul's Companion. But before we do that, take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that soft ha sound. Inhale. Exhale. And as you do this, perhaps you can hear the whisper of the breath. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. If you remember the mantra, so hum, I am. And you can stay with that mantra through the practice. So hum. I have an empty place inside, a God-shaped hole that seeks to be filled. This hole is meant to be filled with the energy and electricity of soul. If I do not fill it with soul, I will fill it with anything that is available, attempting to incorporate people and experiences, and I would also add things within myself so that I will not feel empty. Soul is present in people and activities, allowing myself to have the experience that lies at my fingertips is a simple but profound path to soul growth. If soul is incorporated in all that lives, then all that lives is incorporated in soul. And inuring myself to the light that surrounds me, inures me to my life within, until these spheres or holes are felt in the present moment, come to terms with and understood for what they are, I will not realize how near at hand the solution lies. All that is, all that is, all that I am is infused with soul, energy of soul. Take 3 more breaths here. One more full inhale and full exhale. And then find your way to hands and knees. Bring your wrists together, fingertips point out. And just for this moment, spread the fingers really wide, press into the second knuckles, and see if you can find a little bit of stretch. And what we perceive as stretch is also stress on the body. Stress is not always a bad thing, right? We're creating stress to create strength in the bones, in the muscles. And then once you feel that stretch, you're going to rotate the shoulders around the wrist. You might find a particular point that has more stress and strain than the others. Be gentle, move slow. And then go the opposite way. Good. And stand on the knees and just shake the wrists out. Shake them high, out to the sides, and then low. And this time you're going to come back onto hands and knees and place the backs of the hands on the floor. And then pressing through the backs of the hands, can you straighten the elbows and then perhaps shift the hips back a lot. Now, some of us will be able to shift a lot. Some of us will be able to shift a little. Some of us will perhaps not be able to straighten the arms, and all of that is beautiful, right? Sensation is what we are looking for. If we think about the reading today, the sensation of the soul, filling that hole with the experience, the aliveness, the awakeness of the soul. Go ahead and unbend the arms, sit back on your heels, shake the wrists out again. Filling that hole, right? We've all felt that probably at some point in our life, that empty void. What is it? Maybe even being confused by it, wondering what it is we're searching for, what we're looking for. Come to hands and knees, and just hands, regular position here, cat, cow, back and forth. What is that experience that I'm looking for? What is that thing that is going to make me happy? What is that person that is going to make me happy? And when we're constantly seeking that happiness, perhaps we don't have time to sit and realize that rather than seeking happiness, just finding this blissful experience of the soul, of the spirit, this connection to ourselves, to each other, that's already within us. It's already within us. Rise up on to stand on your knees. Reach your arms up overhead. Interlock your fingers, side lean to your right. Reach up through center. Side lean to your left. Up through center, and then float your hands down to your sides. Bind your hands behind your back. Lift your heart to the sky. Feel the neck stretch. Sternum open. Belly stretch. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Straighten up the spine. And on your inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Step your right foot forward into a lizard lunge. Good. Wiggle the foot out to the edge of the mat. And just shift the hips forward. Right, maybe rocking the right knee out to the side and then squeezing it back in. Find a little rocking motion here. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Shift the right leg back. Stand on your knees, hands on your hips, and then float the right leg out to the side. So you're gonna point the toes out to the side, bring the left hand to a block on your left side or to the floor, right arm up to the ceiling. And breathe. So this is a version of gate pose. Inquiry question today. What am I seeking? What am I seeking, and what am I filling that empty space in my life? What am I using to fill that empty space? Right? We all have different little addictions, and addictions don't have to be drug addictions, right? They can be related to relationships. Let's go the other side. Right hand down the leg, left arm up and alongside your ear. It can be food, shopping, addictions to alcohol, addictions to thrill, right? Thrill seekers. That those things that we attach to fill that empty hole momentarily. Inhale up through center, both knees, standing on both knees, bring your hands to your hips. Step your left foot forward into lizard lunge. Okay, so how do we learn to instead feel into that space, that empty space, and realize that it was really never empty? It was really never empty. It was filled with the energy of soul, the connection of soul. So hum. I am. Lengthen your torso up. Shift your left leg around, and we're going to turn to the side. And place the block at your right hip. Right hand on the blocker, right hand comes all the way to the floor. Reach your left arm up and alongside your ear. Expanding into the side body. Inhale all the way up, left hand to the thigh, right arm up and alongside your ear. Inhale, up through center. Place the block off to the side. Come back to hands and knees. Lift your head, lift your tail. Tuck your toes under, shift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And just take this moment to sense the back body. Back of the legs, back of the spine. So hum. So hum. I am. Exhale, lower your knees down. Bring your toes together. Shift your hips back into child's pose. We'll stay in child's pose and breathe. First yin posture. Lengthen your torso up and forward, crawling all the way down onto your belly. Maybe have your block handy. Lift the torso up into Sphinx. So you have this nice lift, and then perhaps making this a little more restorative, allowing the head to drop toward the block, but letting the heart continue to lift up. Breathe into the back of the neck. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And maybe you find that little bit of hum on the exhale, the vibration of sound in the back of the neck, back of the heart space. Move the block. Lower the chest down. Forehead straight down on the mat. And start to press your palms underneath your shoulders. Shift your hips back into hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. So down dog number 2. And this time lift high on the toes. Shift the heels over to your right. High on the toes over to the left. High on the toes and then lower the knees all the way down. Shifting back, find your block, maybe your blanket. Coming into a half virasana. So you're going to place the block or the blanket underneath your right leg or right hip. Fold the left leg up into half virasana. You might have the block behind the right knee. And then from here, maybe you have the strap, or maybe you're able to reach for the foot. So we have the quad stretched in the left leg folded over the opposite side of the leg, the back of the leg, hamstring for the extended leg. Hamsa. Right, and even in our yoga, are we seeking or are we able to simply experience? Watch, look inside. Connect. Three more breaths. Can you soften? Lengthen your torso up. Extend your left leg out. Come off the blanket and just rock the hands behind you. Straighten both legs, lift the heart. Stretch the neck, front of the throat, heart space. Take one more inhale. Exhale. And then bringing the blanket, right, or a block or a pillow underneath the left hip. You'll fold the right leg up into half virasana. Right? So again, we have the quad stretch, front of the leg stretch for the right leg, hamstring stretch, back of the leg stretch for the left leg, and then reaching for the foot. And you'll breathe here. Hum, sa, so hum. Can we let go of the seeking long enough? Can we let go of the filling long enough to just simply be still with the miracle, the blessing of our soul? In Western cultures, we try to rationalize. We are trained from a really early age in our culture to think and to analyze and to have a scientific reason behind what it is we're doing and why. Whereas in more Eastern cultures, the experience is the learning. The experience is the learning. The experience is the proof. The ritual is the practice, not the book. Can we simply be still without trying to rationalize or seek the reason behind the filling, the connection to the soul? Can you soften a little bit more? 5 more breaths. Lengthen your torso up. Unbend the right leg. Move the blanket off the mat. And 2 straight legs again. Reaching through the toes. Bringing the hands behind you. Pressing into the hands. Feeling that stretch down the line of the arm. And then lifting the heart. Lifting the throat. Breathing here. Walk the torso back up. And then you can place your blanket underneath your head. Have your blocks close by. We might use them. And then supporting the head and neck, let your knees drop over to the right, simple twist. Left arm out to the side, palm up toward the ceiling. And bring the knees back up through center. And roll the knees over to the left. This time, right arm out to the right, palm up toward the ceiling. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your belly. Just pause here. And you breathe into the back body. Feel the tension into the earth. As you breathe in, expanding the back. Hold on to the bottoms of the feet, coming into happy baby. And stretching into your right leg, extend the leg straight, holding on to the big toe, the bottom of the foot, or releasing the foot and holding on to the inside of the leg. Feel that nice opening in the inner thigh. And breathe. And come back to center. Hug your knees in again. And this time, hold on to the opposite sides of the feet. So you cross the ankles, left hand to right foot, right hand to left foot, and then pushing the ankles together, rock the pelvis down toward the floor. So the tailbone will reach toward the floor. You feel this opening in the outer hips. Release the feet. Hold on to the bottoms of the feet. Again, come back into happy baby. And then you're going to rock to the left. Inner thigh stretch for the left leg. Roll all the way back onto your backs, hugging both knees. And now opposite foot on top. Again, grabbing right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot, and then squeezing the ankles toward each other, rocking the pelvis forward, tilting the tailbone down toward the floor. Release the feet. Release the feet onto the ground. And then just gentle rocking of the hips side to side, knees side to side. Find your blocks. Place your blocks underneath your hips. Supported bridge. You can stay in supported bridge or lift your legs up toward the sky. Release the legs. Place the feet on the ground. Drop the hips to the floor. And then drop the knees out to the side. Supta Baddha Konasana. Settling into this space. Not an empty space, but a space filled with spirit, filled with soul, filled with that connection to life, to each other. Settling here, surrender to this space that is you. Soham, I am. Start to bring your mind's attention back to the breath. Bringing movement into the body. Shift to one side and pause. And slowly pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Awake and alive to connection, to energy, to soul. Reach your arms above your head. Join your palms together and exhale your hands to your heart, bowing your head in gratitude for this practice, this ritual, this experience, this moment, this breath, this sacred life. Let's seal our time together with the vibration of one Om. Take a breath in. Thumbs to your forehead, honoring the light, wisdom within yourself and each other. Namaste.